Hello everyone, let's talk about wind first. First, we need to define what is wind. Wind is a movement of air caused by an uneven heating of Earth by the Sun and the Earth's own rotation. Winds range from the light breeze to natural hazards, such as hurricanes and tornadoes.
There are three atmospheric forces that influence the Earth's wind system, such as pressure gradient force, Coriolis force, and friction. First, the pressure gradient force is responsible for triggering the initial movement of air. A air pressure difference between the two locations, called pressure gradient, and a force that actually drives the air from high pressure areas to low pressure areas. Second, Coriolis effect. Once air has been set in motion by the pressure gradient force, it undergoes apparent deflection is called the Coriolis process and is a result of the Earth's rotation. The air moves from high to low pressure in the northern hemisphere. It is deflected to the right by the Coriolis force. In the southern hemisphere, air moving from high to low pressure is deflected to the left by the Coriolis force. Third, friction. To slow the air movement and can even change the wind direction and reduce the Coriolis force, and the pressure gradient force become more dominant.
A pressure started by wind is called wind force. During 1805, one of the first scales is estimated with speed and the effect of created by Britain's Admiral Sir Francis Beaufort for observing and classifying wind force at sea. He developed a scale to help the sailor estimate the winds via visual observation. The scale starts with 0 goes to a force of 12. The Beaufort scale is still used today to estimate the wind strength.
I'll show you a video of Beaufort's scale.
Weather maps, a symbol indicates its strength. Force 0 means a complete absence of wind, with levels rising up the scale as the breeze develops. From force 5, the wind causes waves. On land, trees begin to sway. At force 6, the whistling of the wind can be audible. When it reaches force 8, small branches break off trees and waves on the ocean start to break. At force 10, the wind becomes a storm, causing significant damage on land. The storm becomes violent once it hits force 11, causing waves more than 11 meters high. When gusts reach 118 kilometers per hour, the wind speed hits force 12. It's at this point the weather system becomes a cyclone or hurricane. Winds of this strength devastate everything in their path.
Originally, based on the effect of wind on the full-range man-of-war, in 1838 it became mandatory for long entries in all ships in the Royal Navy, altered to include the observations of the state of the sea and the phenomena on the land as criteria. It was adopted in 1874 by the International Meteorological Committee for International Use in the Weather Telegraphy. The Beaufort scale is an empirical measure to relate wind speed to observe the condition at the sea or on land. Its full name is the Beaufort Wind Force Scale.